the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Boston Celtics. For the Celtics, they won their last contest, that game against the Kings, feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And Robert Williams, someone we'll be watching tonight. Shaq, he plays with an edge in everything he does.
Yeah, physical, intimidating.
Does he make a face like the face you're making right now when you're talking about it?
Physical, intimidating, the rebounding and shot blocking are already there.
Well, he's evolving offensively. That's what I do like about him as well. He wasn't a five-star recruit where everybody was knocking down his door to get into his house, but he said, I'm going to put that work in, and he did. But everyone knows his name now.
Yeah, now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan. Everybody knows his name, too.
It's home to Tinseltown and the Lakers, Los Angeles, California, as we bring you an interconference rivalry here at the Staples Center. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us, and from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Celtics swing into this game as part of their continuing road trip. They're one of the top-flight teams in the league with the second-best record in the Eastern Conference.
This is a team with high expectations, and they don't end with the regular season.
Yeah, now the real work is about to start. They got themselves in a good position with the playoffs coming up. Now it's time to take their play to another level.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kyrie Irving is excited to leave Cleveland for a bigger role in Boston. He said, challenges are what makes us most human. Conquering fear of failure, showing people you're the best, and that you've prepared for this moment. Those are the things that interest me. Kevin?
Yeah, he's wired differently, D.A. Thank you. Well, Chris, we've been looking forward to this for a long time. Both teams tonight playing tremendous basketball lately.
Yeah, well, teams will say, well, we don't have this team circled on our calendar, or, you know, this game doesn't mean much. Oh, that's not true. These are litmus test games that you love to see. Two dangerous teams, a lot riding on it, a lot of pride, and they really want to beat each other down.
Comparing the great ones, it's always fun. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. And now the opening lineup for Boston. They've got Horford. Jason Tatum is out there with Hayward. Then there's Smart, and it's Irving in at the one spot. Now, here is Irving. Shoots over Schroeder, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Here's Los Angeles now. T-Wade on the wing, guarded by Smart. Schroeder kicks to Davis. Over Tatum. And it's Davis missing. Now here's Tatum over Davis. Hayward on the wing. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Hayward's got the opening field goal of the game for the Celtics.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
James finds McGee. Back to James. Over Tatum. James with the bucket.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper. First bucket of the day.
That's all you want, is a good shot to get yourself in a rhythm. For him, he's going to want a lot more than that to come.
Cranes the three-pointer. Irving's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
Look at that, no hesitation at all from Irving. He's looking to score as soon as he touches the rock.
And McGee kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's Davis. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Hayward. Playing Sacramento, he was nearly unstoppable. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. The pass to Schroeder. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Davis. McGee trying to break free. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That one misses for Davis. And Chris, a unique aspect of Horford's game, he's the rare big who can repeatedly initiate the offense.
Oh, yeah, he's a good ball handler, has great vision. You see him making the right decision time and time again. He's the consummate team player.
Here's LeBron. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Davis against Tatum. 9 feet out. Again, the Lakers.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. Irving looking for an opening. Here's Hayward. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Hayward's got his second bucket of the game to go.
No matter where he is on the floor, I mean, Hayward demands defensive attention, and that may not be enough.
Schroeder passes to Davis. Kicks it out to James. 5 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Fades away. And it's Davis missing. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for Boston. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
And here is Davis following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. And he makes that one.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here is Horford. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Celtics with possession here. Here's Smart. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Smart's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. James kicks to McGee. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul, and now they might really go at him. I mean, try to get a third foul and force him to sit on the bench.
The Celtics making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Now here's James. Turned in an outstanding game against Denver. Here is McGee. Clock at 4. James kicks to McGee. Off target from three-point range.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Here's Irving. And that one hits back iron. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Tatum. Averaging about 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
LeBron kicks to Davis. Wade dishes to Davis. Back to Wade. Over Tatum. Wade gets the bucket.
Now look, I like seeing Wade get loose inside. He's effective at converting deep in the post.
Schroeder against Irving. Pass to Horford. Shoots over Schroeder, and again it's Boston converting.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Sacramento.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, on the road, you need as many contributors as you can find. The reserves definitely help fuel the win that time.
Now, here's James. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Robertson comes in for Dwayne Wade. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. Irving passes to Tatum. Now the dish to Morris. Outside Tatum. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's just superb concentration despite getting hit. James is just excellent at scoring through contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, LeBron. NBA offenses have always been complex, and they always are evolving, but C-Web, the movement and precision now seems to be at another level. Would you agree?
You know what, Kev, I disagree a little bit with that. You know, having played in different teams with some complex offenses, it's still all the basics. You still have the old flex offense, and that's nothing but what Utah, Karl Malone and John Stockton used some 20 years ago. You still have triangle principles, which is what Jordan and Pippen used some 20, 25 years ago. And if you really want to go back to the Bob Cousy days when he played with Bill Russell, you still have a lot of throwing it into the post and cutting off of it. I think the players have evolved and the players' skill sets are better. But as far as offensive sets, I don't see that much has changed, except how do you execute them, and can you execute them with having the right position players with the correct skill set on the floor at the time that you call them to play.
All right, I love your honest appraisal. All alone. Again, Los Angeles.
I like how James shoots off the pass. He knows how to catch the D by surprise.
The Celtics with the lead. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And then for Boston, Williams, he's checked in for Horford. Langston Galloway comes in for Smart. And it's Rozier in for Irving. Now, here's Rozier. He also had a big impact in that win against the Kings. Williams kicks to Morris. The kick out to Tatum. Three-pointer. He can't get it to go. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Down low, Kuzma. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And the Lakers lead by one.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Morris passes to Rozier. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Tatum. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth. tonight.
Each team is stepping up, rising to the challenge. Yet another lead change.
And that one is good from Zubac.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Boston's gone 4 of 5 from three-point land to get things going here in the first. Here's Williams, and it's Williams finishing it off.
You know, something that Williams does so well, as soon as he has inside positioning, he just goes for the finish.
Now, here's Zubac. Outside for Rondo. To the middle. Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got his first points of the night.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here's Galloway. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Rozier for three. Rebound by Harrell. The Lakers in the lead. A wide open look here for Kuzma. Misses the wing J.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Now here's Rondo to the inside. And Kuzma gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. Kuzma's got his second basket.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Rozier kicks to Tatum. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Galloway, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
I mean, you got to respect the guts of Galloway. I mean, at 6'2", it's great to see him capitalize inside.
Here's Robertson, covered by Morris. Back to Kuzma. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Can't shake Kuzma. Even when you try to get physical with him, he maintains his focus.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
He's knocked down 3/4 of his foul shots this season, so he's right around 75%.
One shot.
Free throw good, Kuzma.
Yeah, and for being the 27th pick in the 2017 draft, Kuzma has made his mark early, already surpassed expectations.
Now, here is Morris. He had 10 points in the win against Sacramento. .115 left in the first quarter. Rozier the pass to Galloway. Morris dishes to Galloway. Shot clock at 6. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. .102 left to play in the first. Rozier looking around. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. Wanamaker misses.
Oh, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide-open three like that.
Outside Rondo. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Zubac finds Rondo. Over Morris. Rondo, good. Rondo's got his first basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Over in the corner, Rozier. Out to the right wing. The Celtics shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he knocks down the first one.
And what I like about Galloway is that he knows his role. He doesn't play outside of himself. He's a dependable player.
And he can't hit the second. Rozier with the steal. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Los Angeles Lakers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
Coming from a place where, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. But people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and I just believed in it.
Wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vallanos. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Right, and as the defense collapses, that opens up inside-out opportunities. Productive first quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Kyle Kuzma. Harrell is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Robertson in at the shooting guard position. Morris with the bucket. Los Angeles leading by 3. Rondo kicks to Kuzma. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got his 5th assist in this one. Boston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And isn't it amazing how overnight the Lakers went from a rebuilding team to a contending team now with LeBron?
Yeah, whatever team LeBron has been on has always been a threat to make the finals. Magic Johnson knows that. He was always a threat to make the finals. 9 for him, 8 for LeBron. I mean, the Lakers recognize and know that they have a 4-year window with LeBron now. Titles are a standard for Magic Johnson and the Lakers, and their commitment to bringing LeBron in shows that.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 10-footer. That one a little long. Celtics trail by 4. Hayward with the ball. Now guarded by Harrell. That one goes in.
And even with someone on, Morris is just a master at getting those shots open. Just an impressive player down low.
Rondo passes to Zubac. Back to Rondo. Pass to Kuzma. And the layup's good off the glass. Kuzma's got 14.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Out to the wing. On the wing, Williams. Zubac defending. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Zubac. Anthony Davis comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Robertson. Al Horford's checked in for the Celtics. Irving comes in for Terry Rozier. Now here's Hayward. 6 points for him. Unloads from 13. And he connects with the jumper. 8 points for him.
That really helps them space the floor. I mean, when Hayward's mid-game range is working, the defense can get scattered.
Out to Kuzma. Outside Rondo. Inside. Looking for McGee. He gets it there. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Wade with it. He's coming off a 19-point game against Denver.
Yeah, and don't forget about his passing. I mean, he didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Irving finds Morris. Celtics passing it around, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. One of the premier scorers in the league, Irving still may be underrated by some as a playmaker.
Oh, Kyrie, come on. Tremendous court sense. Vision. I mean, he understands to win in this league, you have to be unselfish, but you know he can get it going at any time.
The first one falls. Well, Chris, right around this time of year, these teams are trying to maneuver around the injuries they're being afflicted with. That's a tricky dance sometimes for these teams.
Oh, man, it's such a tricky dance, especially for the coach. How do you get your player rest? Is a player injured or hurt? How do you separate or define that? Because you never want a guy to play injured. And the length of the season, Kevin, it takes such a big toll. But that's what's so fair at the end of the season. Everybody's tired. Everybody's injured. Everybody must adjust. That's what makes the playoffs special. That's the wild card thrown in. Fatigue and injury, and how can you handle and adjust to that?
Great answer.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Rockets. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, the Lakers sitting in second place.
And for the Lakers, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
I think they can, Greg, but one thing's for sure, they're about to find out that regular season pressure is no match for the playoff pressure.
Los Angeles shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Two shots.
That one is off. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics. And he sinks the second. And here's Irving. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Passes it to Morris. Al Horford. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Now, you better watch it. He doesn't want to pick up a third foul before halftime.
Irving against Schroeder. Outside Irving, just 4 to shoot. Puts up a 3. Horford, no luck. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's go. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Davis. 9 points for LeBron.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Irving kicks to Horford. The pass to Hayward. A 15-footer, and he connects with the jumper. Hayward's got 6 in the quarter.
A terrific move by Hayward. I mean, putting the ball on the floor, under control, making a play.
Here's James. Drills the elbow jumper. James has got the lead up to 9 now for the Lakers.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open, and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 8. In the corner, it's Hayward. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
He was hoping to avoid a 3rd foul before the break. Now, he might have to sit out until halftime.
Tatum, he's checked in for Morris. Tatum against Davis. Tatum kicks to Horford. 5 on the clock. Hayward passes to Horford. Here's Smart. Bangs home the trifecta. Smart's got 11 points.
He keeps working on the three-point line. I mean, that's his 3rd triple of the game, 1st in the quarter.
James finds Davis. And it's Wade in the corner. Back to Davis. Over Smart. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Jason Tatum. Big-time scoring is always a premium, Chris, when you're evaluating players on the offensive side. What do you hope to find as you kind of break down their game?
I hope to find that you can dribble, shoot, and pass. Because if you can do those things and you're a great scorer, then I know that if you get double-teamed, you can find an open man. That if you have the heart of an unselfish player, that you're willing to think 2-3 plays ahead of how to set someone else up that's struggling, because a great player can always get their own. And also on the offensive side of the ball, are you careless? Do you value possessions? Do you make easy turnovers? And if you do make a turnover in the offensive end, what is your temperature like defensively? Will you run back and get back and try to get a stop? What type of player are you overall? Great offensive players are result-oriented, not necessarily seeking individual numbers or acclaim, and that's a big part of my evaluation.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the 2nd quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the 1st.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Boston making a switch here. Galloway's checked in. Let's check out the NBA's top producers from three-point land. Kyrie Irving, number 1.
He is as automatic as they come from behind the arc, and that shooting ability makes him an option every trip down the floor.
Dishes to Hayward. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 6. From downtown, that one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Hayward.
But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Schroeder kicks to Wade. Back to Schroeder. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
2 shots.
That's good from Schroeder. Schroeder hits them both. C-Webb, when you look at how basketball is taught at early levels for these kids, middle school and then high school, anything there that you would change?
Yes, I would change to developing all players and taking away positions. When you are young, you're in, let's say, 3rd grade and you're the tallest player on the team, and I make you a center, and I pull you to one end, and I only show you how to make layups. I don't show you how to shoot threes or to dribble. I'm assuming that your body is always going to stay the same, and I believe that coaches should teach great skill set, shooting, passing, dribbling. And when you do that, a player can then become the full player they're intended to be, instead of teaching incrementally where a player may get stuck and identified as this type of player his whole time. I think that really what you need to do is teach full skill sets and allow players to develop. Just think if someone would have said, Kevin Durant, you can only shoot layups. We wouldn't be able to see the true unicorn that he is.
Wonderful thought. Here's James. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. And the basket by Wade.
It's a bonus seeing Wade sink the three. I mean, working on becoming a bigger threat from out there.
Irving against Schroeder. Irving passes to Tatum. Outside Irving. Galloway. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Galloway has got 6.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Out to Wade. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 8 points for him.
You can't let Wade get room to shoot from here. I mean, he knocks these down in his sleep.
Hayward outside. Back to Irving. Here's the teardrop. He takes it up and lays it in. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Schroeder dishes to Davis. To the inside, here's McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Hayward outside. Schroeder against Irving. Right wing. Here's Galloway. His 3-pointers off the mark. Lakers leading by 10. Schroeder kicks to Wade. Back to Schroeder. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Outside, Davis. Pass to James. Over Hayward. A shot by LeBron. No good. Celtics trail by 10. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Hayward. That time on the assist by Tatum.
Taking charge tonight. Hayward, a versatile scorer. I mean, he feels comfortable shooting from any area on the floor.
James against Hayward. Here's Davis. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Davis has got 17 now.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
Schroeder against Irving, and a wide open look for James. Again, Los Angeles.
Wow, what a sensational quarter from him. And as long as they have this lead, I'd keep going to him again and again and again and again.
Irving against Schroeder. Here's Irving. Here's Galloway. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Dwayne, is defense the area of emphasis in the second half?
But that's what's going to win this game for us. You know, it's a good offensive team. We can't give them second chance points. We can't come out in the second half and turn the ball over. So if we're going to win, it's going to be on the defensive end.
Yes, you have to keep them one and done. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 17 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
I like the way LeBron was utilized in the first half. They played to all the strengths, of which there are so many to count. But there's an art to putting him in the best position to execute. I thought Coach did a great job of that.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
They're being far less aggressive than they ought to be. The free throw differential is huge right now. It's threatening to determine the outcome of the game. So they have to get into the lane and challenge defenders to make them try to stop you.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. On the court for the Celtics, they've got Kyrie Irving. Hayward out there with Jason Tatum. Then there's Horford. And it's Smart in at the 2.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Now here's Tatum. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Tatum's got 10 points in the game.
An elite mid-range shooter. That's what he is. Even back in high school, Tatum will always have this in his arsenal.
And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. but he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Horford kicks to Tatum. Hayward on the wing. Doesn't go for him. Davis with some nice D. James finds Wade. Back to James. Down low. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Horford.
The aggressive mentality, that's what Wade has. He finds different ways to get to the strike.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Wade.
And the veteran Wade, man, as this guy get old, he continues to get it done. One of the best shooting guards of all time.
Both free throws good from Wade. Irving with it. 10 points for him. Outside Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And going right to the rim. Love the attack mindset and the ability to finish strong.
Wade passes to Davis. To the paint, looking for McGee. He gets it there. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc.
You know, some scouts thought Tatum had tunnel vision, looking only for his own shot, but he's more about team.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Schroeder kicks to McGee. The feed to Davis. Kicks it out to James. Over Hayward. James, no good.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Nice shot by Smart.
Just too physical. Smart, shedding the defense and finishing strong.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Schroeder with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. It's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Thursday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Here's Tatum. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, the footwork, the positioning. Tatum's a difficult cover inside.
For Boston, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And, of course, the Celtics traded back from number 1 to number 3 to draft Tatum in terms of readiness and absolute steal.
Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Terry Rozier comes in for Kyrie Irving. Both shots good from the stripe.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for James.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Now here's Schroeder. 6 points for him. Davis up top over Tatum. And again, no good by the Lakers. Celtics trail by 9. Over in the corner, Rozier. In the corner, Smart with it. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. 16 points for Marcus Smart.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Oh, Greg, the way he's firing from 3 today, they ought to keep riding.
Now here's Davis. 17 points in the game. 5 on the clock. Schroeder finds McGee. Makes it off the glass. McGee's got 10 points.
And they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
Outside Tatum. Rozier up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. The 3 from Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Hayward against LeBron. He kicks to Davis. LeBron against Hayward. Floats it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
I like the awareness on the court from Wade. He's excellent at scanning the floor to set up the open teammate.
Rozier the pass to Tatum. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And the Lakers with some changes. Harrell, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Robertson in for Dwayne Wade. Left side, Williams. Pass to Rozier. Wide open look. That's good on the jump shot. Rozier's got his first bucket in this one. Lakers leading by 5. James outside. Some changes for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Robertson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Passes it to Kuzma. Kicks it to Davis. Clock at 4. over Rozier. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the Lakers lead by 7.
And the soft jump shot there of Davis. You got to respect his perimeter game.
Now the pass to Tatum. Morris with the ball. He's defended by Harrell.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
Robertson kicks to Davis. Zubac is checked in for Davis. Kuzma passes to Rondo. And here is Zubac. He dishes it to Harrell. Good D by Williams.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
The shot's good.
And these are the type of shots Morris makes all the time. Got to D him up.
Rondo looking around. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Robertson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 6 to shoot. Launches a 3. No good on that one. Now Boston takes it the other way. And see, well, what a force Terry Rozier has become. Finally got that chance to play last year and made the most of it.
Well, look, we all knew he had the athleticism, but what we didn't know is how he reacts to a ton of minutes being played. And obviously, he stepped up. Players respect him. He's a guy you want on your side.
The shot's good from Robertson.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Rondo finds Zubac. Outside for Rondo. Fires for 3. And Boston with the rebound. Here's Wanamaker. Got a piece of it. And here is Rozier. The dish to Tatum. Morris outside. For the tie. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though.
Now, here's Zubac. Feeds to Harrell. Rozier against Rondo. And Kuzma has it in the corner. That 3 off the mark. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. That gives them the lead. Wanamaker's got his second basket of the game.
Beautiful lead pass. The finisher never has to break stride.
Rondo kicks to Zubac. Pass to Robertson. Lakers passing it around. To halt the run. That one off the back iron and out. Boston's gotten all 4 of the 3-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here. That's tipped. Pass break. The Lakers. Here's Kuzma. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Superb at leaking out and running at a smart route. Kuzma, he loves capitalizing in transition.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And the talk in their huddle is going to be about taking care of the basketball. I mean, their turnover numbers are terrible.
a moment to see numbers for Kuzma. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
That's tipped.
The long arm of the law. Tatum prohibiting that shot from ever having a chance. He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Here's Kuzma. Good on the triple. Kuzma's got 19 points.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Rozier, the pass to Horford. It's stolen by Rondo. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
It's underrated, but Rondo possesses terrific strength. Even when you get the contact, he has a way of being able to create and finish shots.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And the Celtics making a change here. Irving's checked in.
One shot.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
Irving kicks to Tatum. Back to Irving. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Irving's got 15 points.
And look, he's been so dependable in this game, taking nothing but good shots.
We've got 1:13 left in the third. The shot's good from Robertson. Robertson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Tatum against Harrell. Here's Galloway. And again, Boston with the triple.
I like the confidence from the guard. Galloway, he shows no fear in shooting off the pass.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Now Rondo. He has 5. Kuzma. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 8th assist here tonight. Kuzma's gone 3 of 4 from distance. Only the 1 miss. Wow. Irving kicks to Tatum. Here's Horford. And the rejection by Zubac. Goes up from the top of the key. Good on the bucket. That's 7 points for Rajon Rondo.
An all-around player. Kuzma is very solid at finding his guys in their spots.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Irving against Rondo. Now, here is Irving. Defense right on him. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 14, and it falls over the rim and in. 17 points in the game.
So poised under control. Irving is a master of sinking contested shots.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
Three-tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Ivica Zubac is out there with Harrell, and it's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Robertson in at the shooting guard. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Even though he's been stretched out this game, Horford, he still remains a solid mid-range jump shooter.
Here's Robertson following the basket by Al Horford. Harrell, that's good.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, that's because both offenses are relentless. Each side trying to close this thing out.
Now, here is Irving. Hayward kicks to Galloway. Hayward passes to Galloway. Dishes it to Horford. Irving for three. It's rebounded by Robertson. Lakers leading by 6. Pass to Zubac. Goes back up. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. LeBron comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Wade, he's checked in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics. The free throw drops for Zubac. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Irving against Schroeder. Takes a shot at the elbow. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Irving.
And right now, Irving is percolating. I mean, he's so good at creating and remaining assertive on offense. Time for the percolator.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now, here is Irving. Hayward dishes to Smart. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Oh, he's getting after it offensively. Smart, putting up some points.
Hayward against James. And it's Davis at the elbow. Ball's knocked loose. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. JaVale McGee. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And the way James dominates on the offensive end, making it look effortless tonight.
Celtics trail by 9. Now here's Irving. Shoots over Schroeder, and it's Boston with another.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
And they're going to need even more out of him with the score being what it is.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Luke Walton was just talking about strategy with his team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
And for Irving, he has let more of his personality come out on and off the floor, Greg, now that he has his own team.
Yeah, it really does feel like we are watching a new chapter in Irving's development as a player. Still has the great shot and handles that make him so deadly with the ball. And just visually, while the leadership is also evolving, he just seems more in control of his game and even more lethal as a player.
What a huge boost he's giving them here. 4 or 5 in this fourth quarter has come up big.
Deflects the pass. Tatum against Davis. The feed to Hayward. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
A decent size, good hands, a couple of things that make Hayward a solid finisher inside.
Smart against Wade. He kicks to LeBron. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Wade outside. Clock at 6. Over Smart.
Smothering defense by Smart. He's about as good as it gets on that end of the floor.
No good from Wade. Here's Irving. Softly drops in the floater. And now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And they double up Davis. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And so it's Boston with it. From deep, LeBron. Up and in. That's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Tatum against Davis. Here's Horford. And he drops it in from the low post.
And when he gets it in close, Al Horford is one of the best, one of the premier finishers in this league.
Davis finds James. Davis inside, guarded by Tatum. And he gets the bucket. Davis has got 25 points in the game.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
Irving passes to Hayward. Horford with it. Here's Irving. Shoots over Schroeder. No good from Irving. The drive by James. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
At the line for 2.
Free throw good, LeBron.
In many ways, he feels like he's playing his best ball right now when you talk about LeBron James.
Rozier, he's checked in for the Celtics. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And that one miss shouldn't be too costly because he was able to make it a 2-possession game.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul. And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Rozier kicks to Tatum. And it's the Lakers on the break. Schroeder leading the charge, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Marcus Morris.
One shot.
That's good from Schroeder. And it's Smart with the ball for Boston. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a nonstop parade to the foul line.
Ojale is checked in for Yabusele. Right wing. Here's Rozier. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Schroeder finds McGee. Rozier against Schroeder. James outside. The shot's good from McGee. And the Lakers lead by 10.
Oh, fantastic vision. I mean, Bron always cognizant of everyone around.
Rozier the pass to Tatum. Here's Smart. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
I mean, offensively, he's been their driving force, determined not to let the lead get any bigger.
LeBron kicks it over to Schroeder. And here's McGee. James outside. High post, Davis. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Davis has got 12 points in just the second half.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Boston making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Here's Smart. No good on the quick 3. Wade surveying the D. James trying to free himself up. Over Hayward. James finds Davis. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 6 assists here tonight.
He continues to be their go-to guy. If they close this game out, his stamp will be all over this win.
Now, here's Rozier. In the corner, Smart with it. Back to Rozier. Stolen by McGee. Schroeder passes to Wade. And that one drops for him.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Outside, Smart. Hayward kicks to Rozier. Outside, Smart. Sinks the three-pointer. Smart's got 23.
Second three-pointer of the second half. 5 overall. He's killing it from long range.
LeBron against Hayward. Here's Davis, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, what I like about it most is he's doing it efficiently.
Now, here's Rozier. Tatum wide open, he fires one. And again, Boston with the triple.
This young man has worked on his form. Tatum was a decent outside shooter in college, but lethal here as a pro.
Here is McGee. Inside. Shoots from 8. Again, Los Angeles.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Schroeder against Rozier. Shoots over Schroeder and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
Oh, he's tearing them to shreds, and I'm sure the only thing they're talking about in this timeout is what to do about him.
The loudest and craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's hear it, fans.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. The pass to Hayward. Back to Rozier. Nice ball movement by Boston. Just 5 on the clock. Boston needs to get off a shot, and stolen by James. Down low, it's deflected. Here's Schroeder. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Schroeder's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Did anybody see any defensive presence on that play? I mean, he's not going to blow that layup. It was wide open.
Smart passes to Rozier. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got his 4th assist in this one.
Oh, beautiful looking 3-ball from Rozier, really expanding his range.
Now here's Schroeder. Little turnaround. Davis lays it up and banks it in. Davis has got 37.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. I mean, he's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Here's Rozier. McGee with the block. But they get it back. Smart passes to Rozier. Banked in off the glass. Rozier's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Oh, the assist by Smart. And I think his playmaking is coming along.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Wade kicks it over to Schroeder. LeBron James on the wing. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Tatum.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
And don't forget about the good hand-eye coordination. I mean, he almost corralled it in for the steal.
6 to shoot. Wade against Smart. 14 feet away.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Los Angeles.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Anthony Davis.
Well, the big thing was if he had an open look, he drained it. He didn't let any of those easy chances get away from him.
And Hayward gets it to go.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Out to Wade. The tray. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Stacks on stacks on stacks. They're looking to stack up some points. They've gotten into a nice groove from out there.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, were you satisfied with your team's performance tonight?
We got a very good team, but in order for us to continue to improve, we have to go out and we have to defend, we have to play for one another, and we have to be selfless. You know, it's not about the individual, it's about the team, and if we all give in to what the team needs to do to be better, then we'll be okay.
It is a work in progress, LeBron. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.